Boys and girls, welcome to a special interview on the Magic TV with Craig Petty and Lloyd Barnes. This time, though, there is a role reversal because Craig is being interviewed by me, and we are talking all things the Netrix. So, Craig, welcome to your channel.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. There's nobody I would rather have take over Magic TV than you, my friend. So thank you so much.
The Magic TV takeover is in full effect, and also everybody else was busy. But today, or tonight, however, is a very, very exciting night. This has been literally years in the making. This is the launch of the Netrix, the world's biggest and best ever Magic streaming platform. And it launches in about 2.5 hours, depending on how long this interview goes from now, which is midnight GMT. And there are so many questions that we need answered in anticipation for the launch. So I'm just here to pick your brains, Craig.
Anything it can be asked. There is nothing off the table. Guys, just so you know, I have no idea what Lloyd's going to ask, but nothing's off the table. And Lloyd is one of the very few people who has seen the Netrix platform. He's had a login for a little while now. He knows exactly what's under the hood. He's aware of absolutely everything. So there was nobody better to ask the questions. And also, you know the Magic community. You know the sort of questions that they want to have answered. So I'm an open book. You ask me anything you want.
I will. And also, I think it's good. I'm excited to ask you these questions because I've been involved in streaming platforms in the Magic industry as well. And after looking at the Netflix, I can confirm that there's nothing touching this. This is just far and above and beyond anything I've ever experienced. So I'm really excited to be given early access and really honored to be featured on there as well. So all that being said, let's dive into let's go from the ground up, because I think people are going to have. It's going to, 9 o'clock tonight, right? They're watching this video. So you've got about 3 hours. I know when I'm excited for something, like if I'm in a queue for a new book, well, I'm thinking Harry Potter like 20 years ago. And it was for my uncle, who's a Harry Potter fan, I will add, not for myself. But when I'm excited and I'm counting literally down the hours and the minutes and seconds to something, I want to devour everything I can, all the information I want to hear about whatever's going on. So, starting at the beginning, where did I'm sure you must have had, I think a lot of people, obviously with things, the other streaming services out there, we're in the conscious of the Magic community and the awareness, but where did the dream for the Netrix come from? What specifically, why was it born?
The first idea for something like this was years and years and years ago when I was still involved in the Magic community before I left. And I was like, when I was watching Netflix, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have something like that for magicians? And that's when, and I was with my old business partner Russell Leeds then, and we were talking about it, and we're like, wouldn't that be really cool? And it's the sort of thing that you talk about for a week, and then you realize there's absolutely no chance that you could pull something off to that scale. So it got buried. And it came back a couple of years ago, because as well as me, I left the Magic community for a long time. And I came back at the beginning of COVID because we were all locked in the house, and me and Ryland started doing review shows, and off the back of review shows it became more popular, and I started doing more videos and more videos and more videos, and it got to a point where I was sharing all of these videos on Magic TV, and everybody kept saying to me, oh, you should do tutorials. And I don't want to do tutorials. Not that I've got anything against it. You do tutorials and you do them brilliantly, and I love watching your channel, but it's just not something that I wanted to do on mine. I wanted to put the focus in a different direction. And then I was like, wouldn't it be really good if I could have some sort of platform where I could do tutorials, but there's a paywall? Because as well as me, if you give something away for free, it doesn't have as much value as if people pay for it. I think some of the stuff that you put out on your YouTube channel is incredible, and it gets tens of thousands of views, but I reckon people don't value it as much as if they had to pay for it, because it's just free.
And also there's a stark difference between I'm making quick weekly little videos of little tricks that I'm creating on the fly. What the information, the value of what you're sharing on the Netrix is vastly different, and it's very, very, it's a very intensive, not intensive in a bad way, but very intensive, in-depth course in everything to do with magic. It's a very different beast.
Well, you know, Luke, obviously, you know, Luke. I sat down with Luke in the office and I was like, wouldn't it be really cool to have some sort of platform where you could have access to a whole bunch of tricks, not just tricks and other stuff? He's like, yeah, that would be cool. And we've got a big whiteboard. I'm in the marketing office right now, and this big whiteboard is in the marketing office. And we literally sat there and we wrote down everything on that board that we wanted to put into a streaming platform, because we kind of said, if we're going to do it right, this is what we want. We want this, we want this, we want this. And we wrote down about 20 or 30 things. And then we looked at each other and we said, well, should we do it then? Should we give it a go? And you know me, I'm the sort of person that if I say to myself, I'm going to do it, then it's all or nothing. It has to be done right or it doesn't get done at all. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then we spent the last 2 years building this thing up from the ground up. And what's really exciting is every single thing that we wrote on that board, we've incorporated into the platform. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that we've had to compromise on. There's nothing that we're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did that? So ultimately, the Netrix is the platform that I wish I had when I got into magic back in the day. If streaming was a thing and there was a platform for magicians, this is what I would want it to be. And the reason it's the scale of what it is, and I'm sure we'll get into this in a bit, but the reason it's the scale, and it is huge, is because I wanted to differentiate it from everything else out there. There's a lot of membership sites that people have access to. I'm a member of a lot of them. I've contributed to some of them. Like, I'm a member of Christian's membership site. I'm a member of the One Ahead Club. I'm a member of Ollie's membership site. I've contributed to the Next Trick Club. There's a whole bunch of them out there. But a lot of them they update a couple of tricks a month, and they're more blog posts instead of like a big platform. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're great. That's why I'm a member. Not dissing that at all. But in order to me to have everything in the platform that I wanted to have, it needed to be more than just like a thing that I updated regularly. It needed to have its own.
Yeah. And you know, the way I see the platform from behind the curtain is that, and I think I said this the other day, it feels much more like you're doing your master's in magic at a university. You know what I mean? Which is something you just couldn't. I mean, you could, in theory, put it just all on YouTube. But I think that is way too much to do, just to put it on YouTube, and you're not sharing, like you're sharing things in magic that shouldn't be on YouTube. There should be a paywall behind it. You know what I mean? And also, you're not just putting up one or two tricks. This is just like this is a life's work, but more. This is an intense. This is a masterclass course. This is like a 3-year sort of course. And one thing I want to say is that you said just now that you wish when you were a beginner in magic that you had this, and I completely agree with that, 100%. But this is not just aimed at beginners. Like, I thought that going into it, and it's definitely not. This is for all skill levels, and I don't say that as trying to promote it. And then someone signs up and they go, "Oh, you said it's for all skill levels, but I didn't learn anything. I've been here 20 years." The business courses alone, you are the busiest working magician with the biggest company in the UK. No one knows how to, from the business side of things. I mean, you have how many entertainers on your roster, how many different kids magicians, how many bookings through the pandemic. I remember you showed me your actual bookings. You had, because of the amount of people on your roster for virtual shows, you had like 340 in a week. No one competes with that. And you're teaching this information of how to do it themselves, how to build the empire, basically. You're giving them the keys to the castle.
Not holding anything back.
Yeah. Because you're the biggest and the best in the UK, this is for everyone, because there's no, you don't learn from anyone better than you. So, and that's just the business side. I'm not even going into the trick, because if anyone thinks they know everything in magic, they're wrong, and that means they don't. And if they think they know every bit of your material, which I thought I knew a bit of your material, a fair chunk, then you've got all the teachers on there as well. Mm-hmm. Just when you think you think you try, if there's anyone out there trying to talk themselves out of it for any reason, you've got to look at the other stuff on there and go, oh, shit, it really is nothing left and untouched to. It's quite stark. It's quite. When I seen the expanse of it, I was like, oh my god, this is.
It needed to be a big platform to incorporate everything we did. And you touched on something there, Lloyd. One of the important things is I didn't want it to be just me. I wanted it to be a group of people that are constantly contributing stuff.
Yeah.
And we're constantly uploading, and we'll get to that later on as well. But I mean, the list of names, if you don't know everyone that's involved, it is I've collected who I think are the best names in Magic that I have the most respect for.
And Lloyd Barnes.
And Lloyd Barnes. I mean, think of these names. Justin Miller.
Just in material alone is worth the subscription price.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, the stuff that Justin's got on there. We're launching with like 6 or 7 of his titles, and then way more to come. He's given us hundreds of stuff that we're in the middle of editing. Like, it's just crazy.
I actually remember when a couple of months, like maybe like a year ago, and you were like, "Lloyd, you're not going to need this." Justin has sent me like a couple of 100 trick tutorials.
Yeah, we're still going through them all now. Like, Luke is
screenshot the file out. You actually do have like a couple hundred or something on there.
It's just insane, and stuff that I've never seen before that just blows me away. So Justin Miller, Adam Wilbur. Right. there's 2 names to lead with right there. Justin Miller, Adam Wilbur, Chris Congreve. We all know Chris. We all know how creative that guy is. Real working magician. Steve Deller, one of the top mentalists in the country. Daniel Chard. I mean, we all know how great Daniel Chard is. Dave Loosely. Who else?
Ollie Mealing, Christian Grace, just announced yesterday.
Ollie Mealing, Christian Grace, right?
Who have their own membership sites as well.
Yeah.
And are contributing to the Netflix.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. We're launching with five of Ollie's, 5 Ollie routines, 5 routines from Ollie Mealing. 5. We're launching with 5. We've got more, but we need to spread the love around. But yeah, we're launching with 5 of Ollie's routines. You got who else you got? So John Carey. I mean, come on, that guy is so prolific. He really is. You, Lloyd, obviously. Just announced Kyle Purnell. Like, and you know what we're launching with Kyle? One of the routines that is going to be on the launch with Kyle is Cash Grab that he's literally just put out.
Yeah, you told me this on Wednesday. Like, that's a brand new download for like $20 on the Penguin.
And it's just on Netflix. It's just there.
So, that's an impromptu visual piece of magic.
It's
a really smart piece of magic. That's like, there's your membership.
And then Michael O'Brien as well. Michael O'Brien, who's obviously incredible and just been on Penn and Teller. He's put his whole How to Magish book on there as just one course, like the whole thing, the audio book, the whole thing. So there's just the whole thing is just on there as just one course. So there's so much on there, and there's so many people that are involved in it, and that's the thing. So it's not just me; it's a range of people contributing some incredible stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of like one of those things, when you like watch like the Apple iPhone announcement, the WWDC, they go through the whole presentation. It can do this, it can do that, it can do this. You were showing me. I was lucky enough to see behind the scenes over the past 5 months. You show me this, you show me that. And just when you think like, okay, I'm sold, no need to show me more, you're like, oh, one more thing. Here's all the list of people that signed up, that are working with us already, that are releasing with us already. These are going to be our launch day. These are the names that are coming in the future. And I was just like, this is beyond. But more so for me, I think what other platforms have failed in the magic industry is the schedule of releases and not being prepared. So I know, I can't remember the time period, but you've got to like already you're months ahead of yourself for the schedule release.
The reason it was going to launch, it was going to launch at Christmas, and we put it back until April. And the reason we put it back till April is because we wanted to make sure that we were able to deliver on our promises. Because again, it comes back to it's really important that we under-promise and over-deliver on this whole thing. So the platform launches on the bronze level. There's bronze, silver, and gold. On the bronze level, it launches with 100 tricks. And we'll talk about how they're presented. If you want to, that's fine. But it launches with 100 tricks, fully fleshed out routines, not tricks, full routines by those 13 creators that I talked about. So 100 tricks. But one of the things that I wanted to do, and where, like you say, where other platforms have fallen, is I want people to know what they're getting, not just on launch, but what's going to be happening in the future. So at the bronze level, you get access to all 100 tricks, and you get access to the Select School, which we can talk about later. But as well as that, every fortnight, every 2 weeks, we're going to be launching another 5 routines. So on the Sunday, people will have an email going, hey, these are the 5 routines that you're going to have. Drop it into your account on Monday. There's trailers for all 5 of them, and then on Monday you can go and look at them. A minimum of 5 new routines every fortnight.
But you're already prepared in advance for.
We've got a year and a half worth of content.
Months, that's it. I was thinking 8 months, but it's 18 months.
We've got a year and a half worth of content filmed, edited, and just ready to pull the trigger on it. So even if I ended up in an accident and I was laid up in hospital for a year, we've still got the first 18 months covered. Absolutely fine. I
think that's such an important, convincing point. And I don't mean I feel like a shady businessman when I say that. I don't mean that in any way, but like, if anyone's worried that, like, well, what if I sign up? Because it happens, right? What if I sign up and then I sign up and there's no new content? I think that for me is the cross the I's, dot the T's. 18 months worth of content, scheduled content already in advance, and that's why it's been delayed. And I've seen it, guys. I know it's there. It's the best. It's the best thing in Magic.
Well, it means that you're not going to have to worry. You're not taking a risk. There's 18 months right there, and we're constantly, every week there's new submissions coming in from those 13 guys going, right, okay, here's a new thing for you. Here's a new thing for you. I just filmed something yesterday, just because I was like, I had a half an hour thing, and I was like, right, let's go and film this. So we're constantly adding new stuff, and it's going to be a minimum of 5 a fortnight. Some fortnights we might go, you know what, we're doing 10. We're doing 10 this fortnight or whatever. It's going to be a minimum of 5, which means we're launching with 100. At the end of the year, there's probably going to be like 100. By this time next year, there's probably going to be about 170, 180. The following year, we're going to have about 250. This thing's just going to consistently grow until there's just so much material on there. It's just mind-numbing.
Yeah. It's a monster. It's amazing. But
it's the Sleight School that I'm most excited about.
Yeah, the Sleight School.
So there's a Sleight School with somewhere between 200 to 300 sleights, and we're adding more all the time. We filmed another 30 yesterday. So but there's a Sleight section. So basically, when you have your account with the Netrix, you log in. You've got an account. You can log in. You can see all your account information. You've got a dashboard with all of your courses. Each one of the courses, by the way, you click on it. And when you click on it, it comes through to a landing page. Each course has got its own landing page. We call the tricks courses. Each course has got its own landing page. You've got in there a description of the trick. You've got a full trailer. And it's not like a Hollywood style trailer. It doesn't need to be. It's a talking head with clips telling you exactly what this trick's about. Then there's a difficulty rating. Then there's the sleights that you require for this particular course, and then there's information on the instructor. So you get all that on the landing page. You can go look at the trick by clicking on the trailer. If you want to watch it, you click watch. You click watch, and then you go into what we call the course player. Now, when you're inside there, I hate it when you see projects that are like ridiculously long, like a 45-minute thing, and there's no break, you don't break it up. So it's broken down by the side. So there's introduction, which is kind of the crediting and the history and what the trick's all about. Then setup and requirements, so what you need and how to set them up. Then a live performance to camera. Then a explanation, and then finally afterthoughts. So other bonus routines and ideas that you can do with it. And the idea is you can see how long each one of those sections is, and you can watch every single one of them. When you finish the first one, it flips to the next one and flips to the next one. And if you go out of it partway through, it'll tell you how complete you are through the trick. So if you watch the first 3 sections, the introduction, the setup, and the performance, but then you start watching the explanation and you don't finish, when you look into your dashboard, it'll tell you 60% of the way through that. And then if you go and carry on looking at it later on another device or somewhere else, and you go into that course, it'll start exactly where you left off, even if you go on another device.
I love that feature. When I went from watching one thing from my laptop, I had it out, and I was in a waiting room. I opened up my phone and just tried on learning from there. It just felt so cool, much fun. It was just such a nice experience. And going into Sleight School.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I got distracted. So the purpose of the Sleight School is because one of the things that I wanted to include in the project is, like you watch a trick and they get to the Elmsley count, for example, and then they have to teach you the Elmsley count, and you're like, I don't need to learn this. I've learned it a million times.
This is revolutionary to me.
Yeah. So what happens is when you got a trick, right? Each course has a discussion forum within it. And it's right there as you're watching it. You can click on the discussion forum. So anybody who's inside there that's watching it can discuss with other people that are watching that trick as well and ask questions and talk about it. But pinned to the top of every discussion forum is the list of the sleights that are used in that routine and a link. So when it comes up to the point where it goes, now it's time for the Elmsley count, that's going to be glossed over. We're not going to go through that. Instead,
if you know it, you can just watch the rest of the tutorial. If you don't know it, you go and do an intensive lesson on the Elmsley count.
Click on it, it opens up a new tab, and the new tab opens up directly at, here's the tutorial for the Elmsley counts. And you just start watching it and you go, right, okay, I've got that. And then you go back to the other thing. So, and it's the same with everything. You're watching, and it suggests stuff as well. So, for example, if you are learning a coin trick and it says, now you need to do a retention vanish, you can click and watch the retention vanish. And then it'll say, by the way, if you don't want to use the retention vanish, here's another 13 vanishes you can use. And these are the difficulty ratings. So if you don't want to do a retention vanish, it's like, try the French drop. That's the difficulty rating of 1. That'll still work for this routine. So you can go into the sleight section from any trick that you want to do.
There's how many at the minute? 300 sleights, right?
There's just under. There'll be 300 in the first couple of weeks. We're filming them all the time. We're constantly adding new ones. We've just added a whole bunch on pen manipulation.
Is there?
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of.
I was literally looking at pen manipulation stuff the other day. I'm going to go and binge that.
Yeah, it's just been added. So the pen manipulation, yeah, and if you want to go into the sleight section separately, when you click on courses, they're all categorized. So you've got card tricks, coin tricks, mentalism, whatever it may be, a whole bunch of different ones, theory, marketing, all that. And one is Sleight School. When you go into Sleight School, you see all of the different things. So it might be coin vanishes, click passes, this, that, the other. And when you click on it, it's got all of them. So I think there's 20 coin vanishes. I think there's 20 card forces. So you just go in them and you just look at whatever you want to do. Or if you want a specific sleight. So let's say you're brand new into Magic and you don't know the Riffle Force. Okay. I'm going to type Riffle Force in. There's a search section for everything. Type in Riffle Force and it will bring up the exact link directly to the Riffle Force tutorial. Or let's say you want to see all the tricks that Adam Wilbur's got on there. You type in Adam Wilbur and it just brings up everything that Adam's done.
What was amazing to me on there was how many variants of each sleight there are. So I think there was something like, we were just going through it and you were I was on it, we were talking together, and I pulled up card counts, like an Elmsley count. And then there was just literally 14, there's the Elmsley count, the Ghost count. I'm throwing out names so I can't remember.
Yeah, the Jordan count, the Elmsley count, the OPEC count. Yeah, all these different counts.
There's literally 14, 15 different variations of all those counts on there. And each one was a tutorial. And that's just counts in cards, let alone coins. And now with pen manipulation. It's just,
and the other thing that just very quickly, what Luke added yesterday, which is genius, and I never thought of. On the main Netrix website, he's put a section called Glossary of Content, because if you go into your account, it can be a bit overwhelming, and as we add more content, it can be even more overwhelming because there's so much stuff, and it's like you click on card routines, and there's 50, and it's like, oh my god. Which one am I going to go for? And you can just spend forever looking at it. So he's put together, and we've made it very, very simple. It's almost like a spreadsheet, and it's just there for everybody to see on the homepage. And it's a list of the names of the tricks, the difficulty rating, the person who's the instructor, and what category it's in. So you can look down and you can go, oh, Justin Miller, the WH Transpo. Card routine, difficulty 2. That looks good. So you just go into the main thing and you go WH Transpo, it comes up and you just watch it. So there's a whole glossary and overview of everything in there as well, which is automatically updated every fortnight. And
what's beautiful is the community feature, which is another thing again. But if there's anything somehow not covered, they can just request it from you.
Well, the reason I did that is because I was looking at all the different membership platforms, and there's tons of membership platforms. And a lot of the time, people don't know the other people that are involved in that thing. So, for example, one of my favorite things in the world is Rory's One Ahead Club. I love that. He's a genius. I do a little happy dance every single time my new thing comes to read. It really just inspires me. But I don't know who the other One Ahead Club members are. I don't know who they are. And we wanted to have a community so that everybody in the Netrix can talk to each other. So it's kind of like a cross between the Magic Cafe and a Facebook group, but without the arseholes. And it's a discussion forum where you can discuss everything. There's different sections that you can post in, like on the Magic Cafe, you can post photos, videos, pictures, and there's a community for each level. So there's a community for bronze, and a community for silver, and a community for gold. But the silver people have access to the bronze, and the gold people have access to all three. And the reason for that, the bronze level is really all about tricks and sleights and theory. So if you're talking about tricks and sleights and theory, you'd go into the bronze community. But the silver level is more about marketing and business and that sort of stuff. So if you want that and you want to talk business, you go to the silver community. So we've created separate communities for each level.
It's insane. And like, I mean, what I love about this is that, like, going back to what you said at the beginning, that this is what you wished you had when you first started Magic. And it's what I wish I had when I first got into Magic as well, because I remember learning from old DVDs that would teach me 10 ways to do the ambitious card routine, or like 10 card tricks about the well. And they're still good DVDs, and they're still good. Like, obviously, we're all magicians because of those books and DVDs and all the ways we learned, whether it's in person, from the ground up, all these years ago. We are in 2022. You've managed somehow to put your life's work into this, and in such a gigantic way. Not also just yours. All the people that are some of literally the best working minds in Magic alive right now on the platform, giving over their material and their expertise. But what I love most about this is that if this was a book or a DVD or a lecture, that would end at the end of the DVD. It would end when you close the book. It would finish when the lecture closes the doors. This is a living, breathing organism that is constantly evolving, constantly updating, and it's bred by its own community from the people that are subscribers and yourself and all the artists involved with it. It's just a really, it's such a cliche, but it's such a magical thing, and I think the experience of it, it's going to blow people away. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. It's so brilliant. And I love that you just wrote on the whiteboard, like, there's the potter and the sculptor. They say the potter will create from nothing into something amazing, and the sculptor will chip away at the block. And I think what some platforms have done is that they've done the potter approach. Some have gone for the sculptor approach, and it seems like you've actually done everything. You've created what hasn't existed, and you've also you've improved what does exist. And what's left is the Netrix.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
It's really, really awesome. No, seriously awesome. Like, if I was in day one of Magic and someone said, "Listen, this is the Netrix," and I'm telling you now, you don't need anything else. If you want to become a professional magician, you don't need anything else officially. If you are a professional magician and you think, right, I'm making a living, I'm putting food on the table for my family, but now you want to take it to the next level. You want to buy yourself a Rolls Royce. You want to say, right, now I want a house in London in SW1, whatever they call it, LD1. So I need to start upping my game business-wise. Then you go to the Netrix.
Well,
we haven't even covered the courses yet.
Yeah, well, it might be worth talking about the bronze level. So the silver level, because the bronze level is tricks and sleights and some theory. Steve Deller and I do a sit-down thing. There's loads of courses from me and Steve Deller on stuff like approaching groups and working in a restaurant and stuff like that.
That one, to me, the approaching groups one is one that I'm specifically interested in, because I don't do it.
Yeah, well, it's really great because it's not just me. It's me and Steve Deller chatting, and we have all these chats, and that's in the bronze level. That's cool. The silver level is designed for people. It's upper level. It's mainly designed for people that want to go about the business side of things. So I'm going to be uploading tons of marketing courses in there. We're launching with, I think, 15 marketing courses on stuff like basic web design, SEO for magicians, how to produce content, stuff like how to use LinkedIn to generate leads, stuff like how to get more leads at a gig for free, stuff like that, how to use business cards to generate more leads and more bookings. And
I think it's worth saying at this point, sorry to interrupt, but like that's the side of magic that most people don't realize. That I'd probably say that is maybe what you are a master at. That is your absolute expertise. Well, you did business at university, right?
Yeah, my background. I've got a BA in marketing. I used to run my own marketing company called Magic Force Promotions.
I didn't know you knew everything until meeting you, but I didn't realize just how skilled you are in SEO, in marketing, things like LinkedIn and networking and stuff. I didn't know that's how you built your businesses. It's why you're so big and successful.
And even to this day, if you saw me reading a book, there's a 50-50 chance it'd be a marketing book instead of a magic book. Like my collection of marketing books is as big as, if not bigger than, my collection of magic books. I love marketing.
I've seen the courses already, and tell everyone the way in which you're delivering these courses.
Okay, so there are normal courses, and it launches with about 15 courses, and we're gonna just
when you say a course, give me an overview of what a course
it's a so you might go into the LinkedIn course, and I think that's about an hour and a half, and it's broken down into sections. And first of all, we talk about the basics of LinkedIn, how to set up a LinkedIn account, what a LinkedIn account is, how to set up your profile. Well, it's important to set up your profile, the purpose of LinkedIn. Then we go into connecting with first-degree connections, second-degree connections, third-degree connections, the difference between those connections. Then we talk about using the LinkedIn features for searching for businesses. Then we talk about combining LinkedIn with Google Alerts so that you can create alerts on particular companies that are hosting events that you can then find within LinkedIn. Then
just
we talk about
as an aside.
Yeah.
Genuinely, what the hell has LinkedIn got to do with gigs then? Because I've never used LinkedIn.
It's like Facebook. It's like Facebook for business people. So the whole point is,
do they actually use it for magicians then? Is it like?
Well, not many magicians use it properly, but if you use it properly, you can. Because all the event planners, all the entertainment agencies, all the people who might book you for a gig, they're on LinkedIn. And I talk about strategies that you can use where you can generate free leads through LinkedIn without costing a penny.
Yeah.
So, and that's just one course. So there's a whole bunch of different courses that work the same as the magic tricks, but it's all about business. So we launched with a whole bunch of those, and just like with the magic tricks, we're committed to constantly adding new marketing and new business courses, and interviews, and I'll get to that in a minute. But outside of that, there's also 3 other aspects to the silver level. So first of all, you have the virtual business coach, because I wanted to be able to hold people's hands. Because the thing is, when you're wanting to grow your business and you're wanting to become more successful, if you're just presented with a whole bunch of courses, it can get very overwhelming. Like, oh my God, what do I do first? Do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? I need to do everything to grow my business. So the virtual business coach, the information is drip fed to you every week. And the timer starts the second you subscribe. So when you subscribe to silver level, you go into the virtual business coach. The first video will be there for you to watch. And it's me saying, hey, welcome to the virtual business coach. What this is me going to be holding your hand every step of the way to take you from where you are right now to where you want to be within business. And I'm going to be setting you homework at the end of every week. You do that homework, and then the following week, because it's set on a timer, 7 days later, you're going to get an email, a new course is available to you. You're going to go in there, you're going to watch it, and that's the next thing that you need to do. And then the next thing, and the next thing. So, and within those videos, I might say, right, okay, so this week we're going to be talking about this. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go look at your website, and I want you to do this and analyze this. And the reason I want you to do this is this. If you want more information on this, go look at that marketing course. So I'll talk about that in more detail there. Once you've done that, get this list, put it together, come back and see me next week. Right, next week. Okay, you should now have a list of this. Now, this is what we're going to do with this list. It's literally holding your hand every step of the way.
I think there's a beauty to this, which people may not understand or get when they first think of it, which is the beauty kind of is, you know, the whole saying, like, do not fear the man that can do 10,000 kicks, but fear the man that's practiced 10,000 kicks once. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's so easy, and I've done it myself, where I was learning a Udemy course on coding. And I've got no patience at all. And what I did, I basically just watched all the available tutorials, as many as I could, in the space of a week or 2 weeks. and nothing really sunk in at all because I was just trying to devour it, thinking I could just watch and learn and understand. And then just go to the next video. Done. 8 minutes in. Right. I understand arrays and variables now. Simple. And you don't. You just don't do it. I went back and revisited it in the winter, and I did it this way. I gave myself a week per video, even though there was like 50 odd videos. And I still haven't finished the course yet. But the things that I've learned, I understand them now, and I can do them competently.
Yeah.
Which I think is so, well, obviously there's no point in learning if you're just going to rush through the whole thing. To make people, and it's such a brilliant way of doing it, timed on their subscription, which I've never seen before. Like with when the Disney and Apple and Netflix, they'll everyone gets the video at the same time for the new episodes. But this is dependent on your time and the you can't just rush ahead and try and skip it. You really have to do dedicated, focused work. And you really got to think and sit down and learn. And I think that format of learning is, even though a few people may be like, oh, I want to do it all now, it's like that calm, patient attitude, which ultimately is the better way of learning and will be more beneficial. If they're genuinely interested in learning from this, this is the way.
Exactly.
So
and that's why I did it that way, so that people don't get overwhelmed. And there's another course on there that's very similar, and it's called the Virtual Magical Mentor. And it's exactly the same, but instead of being about business, it's about leveling up as a performer. So this is for hobbyists that maybe have only ever performed for friends and family, but have a desire to get on stage or get performing to real people in a close-up environment or whatever it may be. I go through week by week, and it works on the same timer system, drip fed. I go week through week about what you need to do to take you from where you are right now to where you need to be. So the first video is, right, okay, so here's what we want you to do. I want you, before next week's video, to write down every trick that you do that you feel you can perform competently. And this is why I want you to do it. Great. Make sure you got that for next week. Then next week, right, now you should have a list of these tricks. This is what we're going to do with this, and this is why it's important. Blah, 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 blah. So the idea is to hold someone's hand from being a hobbyist, and there's nothing wrong with that, but being a hobbyist and taking them to a position where they can literally walk out on stage in front of a big audience and boss it.
Dude, how did you get the time to shoot all of this? I mean, I know you've been working on it for 2 years. That's not enough time for me.
You know what's hilarious?
Uploading 26 videos to your YouTube every single week, whilst becoming Creator of the Year officially, whilst launching 6 or 7 products, and how many gigs do you perform a week, and running your own 2 businesses?
Oh, yeah.
How is this? It's not human.
It's made me laugh. And a lot of the time over the last year, people have said, have you had time to do all this? Have you? And that's before people really knew what I had planned with Netrix. And I'm like, if you knew what I was actually doing, beyond what you see, I've been building this thing up for 2 years from the ground up. And it's been tiring, to say the least. But there is,
but I think that's well, we're coming to it soon. But what was you gonna say?
There is one other thing on Silver Level that I'm so proud of. We call it the Virtual Magic Club, and I figured out a way of integrating Zoom into the Netrix platform. So what happens is, if you go onto the Silver Level, every week there's going to be a 1-hour session on Zoom. And the first week, it launches on Saturday. The first week will be the following week to give people time to subscribe. So there's not going to be one the first week, but as of the next week, there's going to be one every single week. It's going to run a minimum of an hour, but if you know me, it'll probably be longer. And you know it. And what it is yeah, probably a 10-hour marathon. And what it is every single week, it's going to be a different thing. So one week it might be me performing and teaching some new material that isn't going on the platform yet, but I wanted to just show to people. One week it might be getting you on, and we'll just do a Q&A on creativity. One week it might be getting Nemid to come on, and nobody does Thinkercard better than Nemid, and it'll be a teaching on Thinkercard. One week it might be having everybody show a trick and we all critique it. One week it might be looking at people's show reels and seeing how we can actually improve their show reels or their websites, or deconstructing their websites. It'll be a different thing every single week.
Just an hour with yourself I think, I mean, everyone watching this knows, you're on this channel, you know how valuable Craig's time is and how many people want to sit you down. Just that alone, I know it sounds ridiculous, but people literally do pay for your time.
Yeah.
Right? Every time we speak, like, oh man, I've just got to nip off because somebody's booked me to teach them to come down. They've come down to your office. You literally give them like crash courses in certain elements of business and magic and everything. Yeah. That alone is just an amazing addition that didn't need to be added, by the way. Like, you didn't have to put this on there.
No, and I wanted to, because again, it's about that community thing. And here's the thing. It's going to be every single week. It might be a different week. It might be a different day every week. I've tentatively got in my head like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and kind of running it at about 10 o'clock, because that'll be good, or 9 o'clock, because that'll be good for everybody all over the world.
Well, what's good? You've got the community that can vote on it.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, all of the sessions are going to be recorded and dropped into people's accounts into a special course specifically for these sessions. So if you can't attend, it's still going to be recorded and dropped into your session, and they'll always be there. So in 2 years' time, if somebody joins the Netrix for the first time on the silver level and they go into that course, then I have 2 years of these magic meetings that they can go and watch if they want to. They're always going to be there forever to go back and watch. So you can go back and watch them and just be there forever. And hey, the first few, I don't know how many people are going to subscribe. The first week, it might be just me in a room talking to myself for an hour. The next week, it might just be me and one person. 1 week, but the goal is to have like tons of people on these courses, on this like Magic Club, and it's going to run over Zoom, but inside the Netrix platform, and we're going to do a different thing every single week, and we can discuss what we're doing in the community. So yeah, there's that as well.
Wow. So that's the silver level.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about the gold level.
The gold level is the level I'd be more than happy if nobody actually subscribed to.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Well, tell everyone what it is.
You get access to the bronze level, you get access to the silver level. So you get access to everything that the silver people have got. But the extra thing that you get is you get me as your mentor. So what will happen is, if you subscribe to the gold level, first of all, I'll sit down with you and we'll do a goal setting session over Zoom. And that will run about an hour, where I figure out what you want out of having me as a mentor. It might be to become a better performer. It might be you want to become a stage performer. It might be you want to be a creator and you want to learn more about creativity. It might be that you want to increase your business. You want to get more gigs, more leads. It might be that you want to break into a different market. Whatever it is, we work out what your goals are. Then every fortnight, you have a 1 hour session with me where we go back and forth and we build on what we've done the previous session. So when we've done the goal session, I'll be like, right, okay, I understand what you want. This is what I want you to do for the next session. Then in that session, I'm like, okay, have you done it? Right, where are you in your business? Tell me what you've done. Right, okay, this is what you need to do. I understand the problem, blah, 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 blah. Does all of that. But
by the way, you are the master of doing this. A massive, massive, massive part of your business is, like I just said, actually, is you train people one-on-one, in person, virtually. I didn't know anything about this until meeting you. I knew nothing that you did, and I didn't realize how busy you are. That you have people coming from all over the country and the world to work with you one-on-one to either improve their business aspects of magic, or a lot of people come to you, which blew my mind. A lot of people come to you who are not magicians, that just want to become better at business. Because I keep blowing smoke up their ass, right? And everybody will think that I've got a brown nose now. But I didn't realize that how successful your company is in general, not just comparatively to the magic world. But
yeah,
and I don't want to expose your company numbers, but you are a successful British business. It's staggering. People come to you from all over to learn your method. So
like I've spoken at the business show many times. Yeah, I
think the gold pass is undervalued. I would say that. I think it's massively undervalued. People pay you a lot more in general anyway.
I've got business coaches. I have 4 business coaches, and the most expensive one I pay £500 a month to. And that one in particular has told me I'm insane for charging what I am for the gold level. But I know that I want to make it affordable, but I still need to cover the fact that it's my time. So that we're going to do every fortnight, we're going to have a 1 hour session. And those sessions are going to be recorded and dropped into a special course, so you can go back and look at them. But it's really important to me that if I'm working with somebody, they put as much effort in as I do, because I'm really passionate about working with people. But what pisses me off is when I'm working with somebody and they make excuses. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Well, dude, why not? So, if you're going to apply for the gold level, please be in the mindset of you're prepared to do what as a team we think that is best for you to do. But secondly, outside of those fortnightly sessions, every other week, so in between, I'm going to have one of my team in the office call you and do an accountability call with you to make sure you're on track for the following week. So when I have a session with somebody, I'm going to be taking notes and I'm going to be working on what you need to do for 2 weeks' time. And then somebody in my office, maybe Kay or Reagan or somebody, will call you up and go, right, okay, I've got the notes here of what you were meant to do for 2 weeks' time with Craig. Where are you with this? You said you were going to do this. Where are you with that? Because I understand that it's easy to be a busy fool. And sometimes we need somebody there to help make us accountable. That's what those calls are there for, to keep people accountable to what they need to be doing in order to achieve their goals. So,
and the people at the office, this is what they do for you. They've been working there for you. They've helped you grow your business because they're good at what they do. They are
exactly, yeah.
It's a very sort of unique business. I know there's like training businesses out there, but for what you do in the end, it's a brilliant business, by the way.
Well, thank you.
But it's training in the entertainment realm. They are the best in the country in it, because this is a very, 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 very unique business that you successfully run. So, yeah, to have this sort of hands-on for the price of it compared to what your normal clientele pay you, it's brilliant. Do you want to go ahead and tell everyone the price for the gold membership? Because there's only 10 spots available, right? There's only 10 people.
There's only 10 spots available, and then it's done. And then there'll be a waiting list if you want any more, for the next person. So, but there's only 10 spots and only 10 spots. And it's first come,
10 spots available. And each one is,
in terms of the price?
Yes.
Okay, so for the gold level, obviously the other levels.
Just tell them, let them find. Do you want to tell them? They can find that out on all the other information on the website, I think. But just say about the gold membership. Just
I'll give you the prices for all of it. I don't mind. So the bronze level, bearing in mind that we're VAT registered, so this includes VAT. So if you are VAT registered yourself, you can claim the VAT back. But the bronze level is £14.99 a month. I know.
I think time over money, that's in negative figures.
Well, look at it this way.
The profit, there's zero profit in that.
You look at Carl Capernell's cash grab, it's more than that. You want to learn cash grab, get 1 month membership, and you know what I mean?
Tricks.
Yeah, so it's $14.99. And the reason I priced it at that price is what I didn't want to do is launch and then 6 months later go, we're putting our prices up. So this price is going to stay there for a long time. I'm not going to say it's never going to go up, but it's not for a long time.
It's a stupid price on your side of things, and I think everyone listening to this, it's not some salesy jargon to say, oh, they're trying to, this, that's a stupidly low price. But I think what's nice about it is that that no one can be left out of that price, because what's that? Was it $14.99?
Yeah,
a month. So
yeah.
I'm dividing that up. It's £3.75 a week. That is the price of a coffee in the UK. That is the price of a coffee in the US as well. That's one coffee for every, and uploading 5 new tricks every fortnight. So that's 10 new tricks a month. I can't even, what's that? 120 a year. Like, shut up, you fool, and double that price for the bronze membership. But honestly, that's stupid.
Well, the silver level, which gives you access to all the marketing courses, the virtual business coach, the virtual magical mentor. Oh, one other thing that I'm doing with the bronze community, by the way, is I'm uploading videos with some of the best business people in the world on a regular basis. And they're not going up on my YouTube channel. They're just going up inside Netrix for silver subscribers. So next week, I'm interviewing Cros Crosley, who is one of the top mindset coaches in the UK. I had him come into my company and train all of my staff a couple of years ago. He's incredible.
Is this the bronze or silver?
This is Silver. So this is all the business side of things. So I'm interviewing him, and his interview is going to go up. Then I'm interviewing Brad Burton, specifically Brad Burton, the UK's #1 business coach. Loads of people that I'm going to be interviewing, and those interviews are only going to be available for subscribers. I forgot to mention that. That's on top of all the other courses and everything. I've got 10 interviews lined up. I've got an interview lined up with one of the top SEO experts in the world that's going to talk about what you can do for free on your business and in your business on your website to optimize it, to absolutely destroy everyone on Google. And that interview is going to break everything down. And that's just going to be there. I'm interviewing him in 2 weeks' time. So all of that's there. So the silver level, you get all of those interviews. You get the marketing courses, the virtual business coach, the virtual magical mentor, everything in bronze, the silver community, and the virtual magic club, where you're every week we have basically a live magic club online, and that's $29.99.
I mean, that should be the price of the bronze membership.
Well,
no, but you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
You know me.
Under 30 quid.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the midwife. You fucking deliver. Like, this is not, everyone can see that your schedule, you hit it every single, this is one of those subscription services where you sign up and then nothing this is incredible.
I've had COVID 3 times, 4 times actually, and I'm still constantly uploading videos every day on Magic TV.
All right, making me look bad because I missed one Thursday because my dog died, and I posted on a Friday instead after I painted my room black. But seriously, £7.50 that works out for a week.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane price. That's an insane price.
I know. And then the gold level. I know you're going to tell me this is too low. I already know it's too low because people pay you like 3-4 times this for the same experience anyway. Yep. It's £99.99, £100 a month.
But all of the above, plus then the hands-on learning and tuition from you yourself as your mentor. How many messages, by the way, do you get on your YouTube? Because I've seen the comments. People asking, do you offer mentorships or can you be their mentor? People looking, how do I get a magic mentor? I've seen people.
Yeah,
I'm not even you. I'm nowhere near, I don't have the experience, time in the industry, the accolades that you do. I have people asking me about who can I get to mentor? How can I be mentored by you, other people? What can I, and you're just, most people don't do it. I don't do it because it's such a responsibility and the time that it would take, I would have to charge a fortune. You do charge a fortune. You have a waiting list. I mean, there's only 10 spots available. You're charging £99, £99.99.
Yep.
It's one of those things where if you were a builder, you'd give a fuck off quote, but you don't want people to do it because it's too. I mean, bravo.
I want to make it affordable. You know my thing. Yeah. I mean, people ask me why I do Magic TV. I spend most of my time doing Magic TV, and I do it for what in essence.
Just imagine this: you're sitting there. You're a competent magician. You've been doing little local bar gigs for the last 5 years, and you and your partner are managing to split the bills, and you go on a holiday twice a year. Once every 2 years even, right? And you live all right. And you're debating then, can I afford my game? What can I do to do this? Craig Pay, he's saying he can do it. I'm going to pay £99 to have him as my mentor. Is it worth it? Is it not? And they take the course. And within 12 months, they've come 25% of the way towards the success that you've got. They actually follow your advice. They actually action what you do because you hold them accountable with hands-on phone calls from your accountability team that will make sure they're doing the things and then you're reviewing and going through the live guided process. 12 months from now, that person very realistically will be living a much, much higher standard of life and the earning, the profit that they're going to be taking is going to be astronomical. And those courses, those 10 people that are going to be fortunate to get on that list, it's going to pay for itself 10, 20, 30, depending on, how much they listen. It's the easiest purchase in the world. It is, because you do make people rich.
Well, I do. Yeah,
I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can. And here's the thing. The accountability thing is such an important thing, because you can go and all the information I give you, you could find on the internet. I got it by spending years learning about marketing and learning about business and learning about performing. But you need somebody there to hold you accountable. It's why business coaches are so popular. You need somebody there to hold you accountable. Else what's going to happen is you become a busy fool. You run around all day. You end up getting nothing done. I've seen it happen. Here's the thing, Lloyd, and I don't want to get into this right now, but 80% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years. And out of the 20% that succeed, only 20% of those achieve their full potential. And the reason is people go to open up a business and they don't really know what they're doing, and they don't have guidance and they don't have support. You need somebody there to hold your hand and take you to where you need to be. And it's the same with performing. How many performers do you know that are incredible, but they end up not getting any gigs?
Yeah. I know some of the best able magicians that can destroy an audience. Some of them just don't have a business mind at all. Or, like, for example, I'm not a very good magician or anything, but if I wanted to go out there into the world of getting booked and doing gigs, I would probably win a competition for the least experienced or knowledgeable person in the world on this, because I've never done it. So I could look at a book of how to get your first gig and how to do this, and I just wouldn't even know where to begin. But then you could have a conversation with me, like, right now, don't listen to the first part of the stuff. That doesn't mean anything to you, and it's not going to apply to you. But this bit, because I know you now, I've had a conversation with you. I know where your goals are. I know where you live. I know the area and the type of bookings and magicians they're looking for, which is another thing, right? Like some places want wedding magicians, some want birthday. Like some places are rural, so they want a different, how to get a recurring coffee shop gig. All these things, you would say, this is how you're going to do it, and you're going to do this X, Y, Z. It's not just like that you've got all the information, but you know how to cherry pick the relevant information and apply it to that person. And that's the goal.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
I mean, I've been fortunate to know you for like 2 years now, and you've given me advice. I never want to ask for your advice because I feel like I should always be paying for your time. I always feel very fortunate just to have you as a friend. But when I do feel cheeky enough to ask for your advice, I action it 100%, and it always works. And they always say, like, you should always feel like you're the stupidest man in the room. When I'm talking,
look at your YouTube channel, Lloyd. Look at your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel, you're almost hitting 10,000 subs now. You're close to 10,000 subs.
Yeah.
And it was me that said to you need to do YouTube, and this is what you need to do. You need to just do this, and if you do this, I guarantee you're going to have a kick-ass YouTube channel. And you've done it, and you have. December,
I text you. Think about doing this just as a hobby because well, I just want to do YouTube as a hobby. But I don't know what approach to take with it. You give me a strategy, bespoke to me, my style, everything I want to do, which by the way, people can ask you for when they join the Gold membership. They can say, I want to do a YouTube, just like you do, Chris. And you said, if you do X, Y, Z, literally, and you gave me the full plan and schedule, if you do it exactly like this, I guarantee you, your channel will explode. So that was December. It's now April the 1st. I'm about to tick over to 10,000 followers in the next 2 or 3, 4 days. 4 months, and I've just stuck to everything you told me. And I never do that. That's the one thing. And my wife will tell you, you probably know me, I'm a little shit. I don't take advice. I'm a very independent person. And I said to my wife, I'm going to do this as a hobby. I want to challenge myself. 2022, I want to do this differently. I lost a bunch of weight. I started going to the gym. I don't miss my gym deadlines. So I want to challenge as a hobby. I want to grow a YouTube, just see if I can do it and have fun with it. But I'm going to listen to Craig's advice. And she was like, oh, here we go again. I said, what do you mean? She said, you're not going to listen to it. I said, I swear to you, I'm going to actually just stick to it, and I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to do it to the beat. And I did it, and it's 4 months later. I mean, it's not going to hit millions of subscribers, but I'm not that type of YouTube channel. You know, I'm not Pete McKinnon. But I said, I did never think I would get to 10,000 subscribers. I just said, I was thinking in my head, like, oh, maybe I'll get like 5,000 in a year. And then 4 months later, I'm just trying to tick over 10,000 subscribers. And it literally, I got the text on my phone, I can pull it up. It's because you told me the action plan and you said, don't deviate from that and listen to me. And I have.
There you go. Boom.
I wasn't expecting the conversation to go this way, but it's so true. To bring it up, to be honest with you, it's exactly true. And that's just one thing, YouTube, let alone the stuff that you're a master of. Okay. I'm not saying you're not a master of YouTube, but you are a master of business.
Yeah. I know.
You're a master performer. And you have the proof in the pudding, you are a creative as well. So you're a creator, performer. There's nothing you can't do. It's really pissing off. Although you do have awful videos with your background office.
They suck.
I'm just looking for a negative, even though the quality of the videos is far superior to what anyone else is doing. The content inside this is just
well, I still need to get you over to set up my studio, and then it'll look amazing.
Yeah. Then I have no USP on my YouTube.
Funny, because it's true.
But honestly, yeah, man. So that's the gold membership, $99.99. I think it's a no-brainer for anyone. And obviously, not everyone's going to want that at all. Some people are like, no, I just want to learn all the new tricks. Great, go for the bronze. Some people are like, I want to learn all the business side of things. I want to learn all the theory and all the courses and the groups and the conversation and the new tricks. Great, go for the silver. If there's people out there though that are like, you know, and it's only going to be 10 spots anyway for the gold. But like, you know, I really, really this year, I really want to invest in myself and really grow my business in magic. But I'm going to give it my all. This is my year. Then you should be the person. That should be you considering the gold membership. And I want to say, I think, don't take that spot from somebody else if you're not 100% committed.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's just going to annoy the hell out of me. Yeah, I just want to work with people that I know are just going to want to put 100% in and have goals and want to hit them. Yeah.
So that's the membership breakdown, the tier breakdown of the net tricks. Yeah. It's pretty incredible. Let me pick your brains with a couple of quick fire questions, and then I do believe we're going to show everyone the official launch trailer.
I think we'll drop the trailer to finish this whole thing off, yeah.
Because everyone's probably right at this point. Probably at this point, they're probably very annoyed that they can't just go, right, let me go and book it then. Let me go and get my subscription. But you haven't got long to wait. By this point in time, it's probably about 2 hours to go, hour and a half to go. Quick fire question. Your top 3 favorite tricks that are on there right now.
That aren't mine. I'm going to go for 4. I love all of them, and I'm going to piss somebody off by not mentioning their name, but I'm going to go for 4 of them.
I am putting you on the spot here. I haven't planned in advance.
I'm going to go for the WH Transpo by Justin Miller, because I've been doing that all the time. You saw that. It's where there's the levitation, and I just love that. Paint Your Dreams by Adam Wilber, which is like oh yeah, you put Paint Your Dreams on there. Yeah.
I didn't think you would put that on there. That's really good.
Yeah, that's on there. Yeah, right? So that one. Cash Grab by Kyle Purnell, which is just one of my new favorite tricks. And then finally, I don't know how I managed to convince him to do it. I never thought I would, but on launch, we got the Knowing Principle by Christian Grace. You
actually?
I have, yeah, actually. On launch, you've got access to the Knowing Principle. I hadn't told you that, did I?
No, I didn't know that. And I'm not fake. I'm not doing a fake shot yet. Because I told you about the Knowing Principle. When I joined Christian Grace's Magic membership, I said, the first thing you need to watch, fuck off everything else, go and watch the Knowing Principle and have your mind blown. I think I might have to text my phone telling you that.
Yeah.
And that's on the membership.
It's on there, on launch, right there. The Knowing Principle by Christian
Oh,
Grace.
I feel like you should hold that off for a bit. I'm looking through my messages to see if I can find it. Oh, I'll probably bore everyone. Holy shit, that's amazing. Not to downplay anything else, but all that shit's amazing too. But that's part of... Oh, God. No, I'm not going to spoil it for them. You literally did go and watch it. Wow. Okay. All right. That was a good one. That was a great answer. I wasn't expecting that. It's a card principle. Oh, no, I don't know what I'm going to tell you. It's just... It's the most fooled I've ever been in a card trick. And when you learn the method, it's going to piss you off because you'll be like, that shows his brilliance. I'll never be as brilliant as him. And it's a 100%
Yeah.
You can do this shit on this trick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely worth the price of that. Okay, all right. Next question. What is something that you're excited to come to the Netrix in the next 6 to 12 months?
There's another name that we will be adding after launch. And the person is somebody who you know very, very well, and I know very well. You've actually worked with this person on shoots in the past. I'm going to be as vague as I can. You did a shoot in a car park when it was raining.
I know who this is.
Yep.
Oh, no. Is he? Oh, what?
Yep.
Wow.
But he's coming to the studio and we're putting him up and he's going to film a whole bunch of stuff for us here.
No way.
So I wanted to have another name that I could announce later on down the line. So that person's coming to the office.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm so lucky that I'm. You know, you should definitely have not given me a free membership. I would have signed up to this, no doubt. Okay, what's a couple of features or a feature that you're really proud of putting into the Netrix? That something which you like. You know what? That's the thing that.
The fact that you can, two. I'll give you two. One, the fact that you can switch between devices and start at the same points. Also, I'll give you three. Secondly, we've set it up so that they get an email every Sunday automatically, reminding them of courses that they've started but they haven't finished.
I've got my email here. Hi Lloyd, here are the courses you are enrolled in. It tells me the percentage complete of each course that I'm enrolled in.
Yeah, so you can see ones that you haven't finished and you can get a link directly in that email to carry on watching it. And the other thing is, I debated about whether doing this or not, but I've decided to do it. And I don't think I've even told you this. I've decided to do it because I wanted it to be a great user experience. And several people have told me I'm stupid for doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. All of the content on the Netrix is downloadable.
Ooh, controversial.
Well, the thing is, it's going to cost a lot of money for people to stream when they're out and about. And I think a lot of people are going to watch the Netrix out and about.
And it's like I always see asked about many streaming service. They always ask.
So we've made everything downloadable. And my attitude is, will somebody take advantage? Maybe. However, you've got to remember there's 120 new routines going up every single year. And the best is yet to come, despite how amazing the launch titles are. And they are. I know, because I know what's coming up over the next year, the best is yet to come. And, you know, there's just going to be, my hope is there's going to be so much new content coming out and people can see that I've delivered on what I've promised, that, you know, they're going to, you know, I'm putting my trust in the Magic community. They said they wanted it downloadable. I've made it happen. I'm hoping that trust isn't misplaced. I don't think it is, but yeah.
I mean, you can't avoid pirates these days, to be honest with you. It's going to happen regardless. There's going to be an arsehole out there that pirates it. But it's an honor system. Look at the work Craig's put into this, everyone. And look how cheap it is. Like, yeah, you probably... And the thing is, if they pirate it, they'd have to re-pirate all the new material and pay for that anyway, and then live with themselves. But I think you've done the smart thing. People want it downloadable because they do want to download it offline. Like, what if I go to the gym and then I would have it? I would download it too, to be honest, because I would watch it without using my 4G or 5G. And the other thing is, you made it the right price, so it doesn't make sense to
to pinch it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just easier.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So
But
those
also,
are the features.
they don't get access to the other things like the communities and all the features that
Yeah,
come with
exactly.
the Netrix. No, we
All the
haven't told
virtual-
everyone the web address yet.
Oh, www.thenetrix.com.
Just in case anyone there was wondering what it is. You actually get a .com too, which is great.
Yeah, well, we got .com, and I think we've got, let me just check with Luke. Luke, have we got a .co.uk as well?
Maybe we do, yeah.
Yeah, I think .co.uk goes through to .com. So we got
And it's the
.com.
Netrix,
ETRIX.
X, not
Yeah.
CKS.
Yeah, so yeah, TIX, yeah, .com.
Wow. So okay, that's top 3 tricks. What's the one business course that you think everyone should look at and learn on?
On launch, there's a course called the Customer Journey, and it's something that a lot of people overlook, but it's what I've used within my businesses to really kind of dominate the industry. And the customer journey is really about the journey that the customer takes from the first time they find you until after sales. So how do you treat that customer? What is their experience? Because I'll tell you what most magicians do. They find you online, they send you an email, are you available? Get an email back going, yes, we are available. They then book, you turn up on the day, you do the gig, whatever, that's it. The customer journey is so important. So little things that we do in Nonstop Kids, for example, my kids' entertainment company, one thing that we do is we've got it automated so that when somebody gets a booking with us 3 days beforehand, automatically, we have a company that creates a custom postcard with the picture of the entertainer that they've got at their party that's posted through to the child whose birthday it is, saying, happy birthday, I'm going to be your entertainer. I'll see you in a couple of days. It's little stuff like that that makes people rave about you as a company, which will ultimately lead to rebookings and more work and stuff like that. And it's about how you can actually examine your customer journey and how you can refine it so that you can generate more leads, more word of mouth bookings by doing very little and just making sure that you think about each step of the way.
Didn't even know that existed.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is the first interview I'm putting up, which is in a week or two, is with Cros Crosley. Honestly, the most important thing at this time at the moment is mindset. What I mean by mindset is, how you approach, because people get stressed. As a performer, we get stressed going out on stage. In business, we get stressed. Are we going to get enough gigs? Are these people going to pay? There's so many different things that people get stressed over. And Cros is an expert at stopping people from feeling stressed. His tagline is relax, relax, relax. And it was very important to me to get him in Netrix as soon as possible, so he can give advice to everybody freely about how you can actually be more relaxed and make better decisions, because nobody makes good decisions when they're stressed. If you think about every single time you've been stressed and you're stressed about a situation and you've had to make a decision, you never make the best decision because you're stressed. You just can't think straight. So Cros talks about how to actually remove that stress and how to approach mindset. And this isn't a hippie thing.
And how to apply it to business, and then how to apply it to your magic, right?
Yeah, exactly. How to apply it to business and how to apply it to performing.
See, that's the kind of thing. Those nuggets are, for anyone that's like a complete beginner amateur magician, that's the stuff that I think is more important than learning the tricks, because when you're sitting at home and you're practicing your tricks, you can, in the mirror, you can be as good as Cardini. You can be the next, you can be the next Max Maven to yourself at home. But then you get out in the real world and it all goes to shit because you panic. And these techniques like that, and techniques in all other areas of magic that are just not just the method, not just the sleight of hand. The things like that just you wouldn't learn in a magic book or a magic DVD. The general rule. That's the stuff that changes you from the guy that does tricks to a magician.
Yeah.
And I think that's the stuff which is the real juice from the squeeze. And that's silver level.
That's silver level, yeah. That's silver level.
Ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. When's that coming in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, I'm doing the interview next week.
And I'm guessing, so this guy, Crosby, did you say his name was?
Cros Crosley, yeah.
Cros Crosley, sorry. he probably charges like 500 quid a lecture.
Oh God,
Once.
you pay a fortune to get him as your business coach. Yeah, an absolute fortune.
I think he's just on the Netflix as some membership.
Yeah.
Question: genuinely, how did you get the time to do all this? How?
I'm not too sure. I've got an amazing team around me. Luke and Jack have been absolutely fantastic in my marketing team. I've got a really awesome team. But I don't know. You know me. I just like working hard. It's a lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings, a lot of planning things on journeys to gigs, and just making it happen. You got to kind of have the mindset of, right, this is going to happen. You set yourself a goal, and you then make sure that you hit it. You know, whatever the goal may be.
Personally, I would like to see on there, if there's not already, but I would love to see some courses on your approach to time management. And
I believe we're launching with a full course on time management. Are we, guys? I'm sure there's a time
management for magicians.
Time management for magicians, how to get more done. It's right there on launch in silver level.
Not only are you a magician, but you're also a fucking mind reader then, turns out.
Well.
Okay, right, well, that's one. Oh, let's see. Well, yeah, how you manage to do that. I'd also love to see your or hear about your approach to setting goals and achieving them, because you are very goal oriented, and how to diversify yourself, because like everyone watching now will know that you're a creator of in the product industry. You are successful in business. You are a performer, a very successful performer. You are running a successful YouTube channel as an online personality. So you're a man with many strings to his bow, and I'd love to see or hear about, like, do you have a mind, this is in the future to make a course, but do you have a mindset that approaches this like, hey, I'm going to become multifaceted or diverse, or is it just because you realize, hey, I'm good at this area, I can apply that to this field and already get a step ahead? I'd love to hear your approach to that, so other people can see what makes you such a force to be reckoned with.
100%. That's a course that we'll be doing.
Brilliant.
100%. 100%.
All right. Well, I think everyone at this point, I think we've been rolling for like an hour and a half, maybe. This is probably a great time to drop the trailer in.
Okay, well, let's do that right now. Since the dawn of the online streaming revolution, the Magic community have been screaming out for the ultimate all-access magical training streaming platform. Many have tried, all have failed, but now it's time to introduce the Netrix. The Netrix is the most comprehensive, packed to the brim Magic Resource Training Center ever created. The Netrix elevates and goes beyond where all others have attempted to go. Because not only do you learn hundreds of tricks, but more importantly, we're going to make you a better magician from the ground up. Every single sleight in every single download comes with its own tutorial, so you can intricately learn every nuance and every detail of every routine. You get to learn every trick upside down, inside out, back to front with your eyes shut. There's hours of in-depth courses to teach you everything about the business side of magic, from getting gigs, advertising, marketing, scaling up your business, dealing with residencies, dealing with business cards, dealing with client acquisition. If your goal is to become a successful professional magician that makes a good living from magic, we've got you covered. Netrix has regular live streaming events like a virtual magic club where you can learn not just from me, but from an entire host of special guests. There's even a private community where you can chat, learn, share, and discuss with other Netrix members. But that's just the beginning. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. The Netrix platform itself is the smartest and the most intuitive magical learning service ever created. Don't let the beautifully simple interface fool you. Under the hood, we have a monster engine, from the ability to stagger course learning time to intuitively suggesting which sleights you need for routines. One of my favorite features is smart cross-platform optimization. And what that means is you can start learning from the Netrix on your computer or your laptop or your iPad. And then if you want to run out the house, you can carry on learning right where you left off on your phone or your mobile device seamlessly. From launch, we have over 100 tricks, over 300 slide tutorials, dozens of business coaching videos, and over 2,000 hours of footage. Plus, we have very special artists teaching some of their best creations. And if that's not enough, every fortnight, we're adding 5 new routines. This is the definitive Magic streaming platform. This is my magnum opus to the Magic community. This is the Netrix. I love that.
Got to be said as well. That trailer was created by the incredible Midge, who flew to you from Ireland. And for those who don't know Midge, you will be very familiar from his work to do with Shrapnel by Kim Anderson and some Illusionist projects like Cypher in the past. He's a very skilled filmmaker and editor. So we've got to give it up for Midge there.
Midge is amazing. Midge is absolutely amazing.
And a dream to work with.
And a really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Yeah,
very knowledgeable. Like, have you ever seen him do a second deal?
Yeah, he's a mentalist. That's the best gambling sleight technician I've ever seen.
I know. His sleight of hand is incredible, and he's a mentalist. It's like, what?
I don't know whether I think his sleight of hand's better than it is, because I just I've known him for like 5 years, and only in Blackpool did he show me his sleight of hand. But no, it was amazing. Anyway, how hyped are you after watching? I watched that trailer, and I want to buy a subscription for someone else. Just so they like see how good it is.
I know, right? I want to buy one.
Yeah. So there you go. There you have it, folks. That was the official. I think that was the first time they're going to see the trailer. That was the exclusive look at the trailer. I think there's no stone left unturned now. We are at the final launch point. We're about to do the NASA countdown at midnight with 10 seconds to go when we're getting ready to launch. Where do people need to be, Craig? How can they experience the launch? Tell me everything about the next 2 hours of my life and how I need to enjoy it.
All you have to do is go to www.thenetrix.com at midnight. Luke over there is staying up until midnight, aren't you, Luke? Yeah. He's staying up until midnight. Currently, if you go to thenetrix.com, there is a password stopping you from seeing anything. At midnight, it will open up. It will open the doors. You'll be able to see all the information. There's an explainer video in there. The trailer's going to be in there. Everything's going to be in there. It'll open up. All you have to do is click on subscribe, pick the level that you want to subscribe, look at the bundles, put your cards in, and that's it. And the first thing that will happen is you'll get an email automatically, which is an explainer video. So the first thing that will happen is a video will come through to you in an email explaining how to navigate the platform, because there's a lot in there. We didn't want to leave it to chance. So we have an email going out automatically explaining exactly how the platform works and exactly what you need to do. And there's another video that's in there as well, explaining how the community works and how you post in the community. So you get those videos and then you go and enjoy the experience.
I think you need to issue an apology to all these poor magicians, husbands, wives, children, for all the very, very, very tired people out there tomorrow morning. They're going to be staying up all night to devour as much as they can, just like when I logged in and sort of opened Aladdin's cave and was like, oh my God. And then it was, oh shit, it's the next day. Where did time go? I now am a master at 16 different courses and I know nothing because I skipped through everything excitedly like a puppy trying to chase a ball under a sofa. There's so much to do. So you're going to have an apology for ruining their nights.
I apologize.
Their night's sleep. But so they go to thenetrix.com for midnight on the dot and choose their membership and just go straight from there. And then any questions for people? Like, can they find you somewhere if they have any queries?
Yeah, I mean, you can obviously message on Magic TV. the office, my office is open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So if you've got any questions, you can call the office. The number is on the website. It's 0333 301 3001. And you can get any questions answered about the Netrix there, or you can email us, or you can contact me directly, and anything that you need, we're here to support you.
Fantastic. And then Sunday night, I host live Sunday sessions on my YouTube channel. So Craig, if we talked about this earlier, you're going to come on special, Netrix special.
I will. I'll probably be joining you about 15 minutes after you start, and it will be live from the Wessex Magic Convention, because I'm lecturing at the Wessex Magic Convention, and my lecture is at 4 till 5. So as soon as I finish my lecture, I'm going to set my laptop up and I'm going to log in and join you. So I'm going to be live from the Wessex Magic Convention.
We all know that Craig's lectures go on for 4 to 5 hours longer than planned. So what we'll do, we'll aim to have you on at 6 o'clock, and I'll bring you in for a quick half-hour chat. So if anyone wants to just come and say congratulations or how much they're loving it and just give you a personal high five through the magic of the internet on Sunday night, then making a live appearance, you're going to be on the Sunday special at some point during the special. We're not going to hold you to a time, because we do know the one thing that you are too generous with is your time. So all those amazing people at the Wessex Magic Convention will be getting, I'm guaranteed of it, a longer lecture than normal. It's going to be amazing. Anyone at the Wessex Magic Convention, come and say hello to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be there all day jamming. I'm going to be there all day chilling out. So if there's anybody watching this that's going to be at Wessex, come over and show me some tricks. I want to see them.
Amazing. Man, thank you so much for letting me be a part of Netrix.
Thank you for being a part of it, Lloyd. And thank you for being an amazing friend.
Thank you right back to you, man. I love you, dude. And thank you for just everything you do for the Magic community, from top to bottom. I think you flipped the Magic world on its head the past 2 years. We needed you. You were justice. You were vengeance. You were the bat for the Magic community. But no, you have been everything the Magic world needed. I think things are getting really stale, really, really boring, and we needed a voice of reason at a time when people were losing their mind and their marbles, especially going through a global pandemic. And you've come along and done everything you have. And I think that the final, not the final thing, but what it's culminated in is the Netrix. And I think that's just the perfect jewel in the crown right now. So
thank you, buddy. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And I think I said on behalf of everyone. I always read the comments on your channel, and people just from everywhere just say thank you for being you and doing what you do. And I think you guys, the way you can say thank you back is to show Craig some love and go and join the Netflix and become better. Become better performers, better business heads. And you owe it to yourself, you owe it to the Magic community, and go and enjoy it.